Alright guys, hello. This is just an emergency video because we just got 5 new support cards. I'm not counting the trap. So we have to discuss about them. I'm just gonna be straightforward, my first impression thoughts. First of all, we should not try to make a deck list or a combo because we don't know when are we going to have these cards in the DCG legal. So maybe it's going to be with a different ban list, with a different meta, with another new cards, generic support that could fit in the deck. Maybe some cards get unbanned, you know. So of course we know they are not going to touch INFERNOBLE as an engine, but still we should not try to create a deck because it would be a little bit of a waste of time in my opinion. So here's what we are going to do. Just check the cards, check the potential, check the synergy between the same archetype, and yeah, and then wait. That's what I always do. When they announce Dragon Slayer, I waited and then test it and then create deck lists and combos when the time came. Same with Mikanko, and now that's what I'm gonna do here. So first card, the level 1 monster, Richardette. So for me, he's maybe the worst of the two main monsters, main deck monsters. He could be an extender, pseudo extender. When they have these effects of you can banish these from hand or graveyard, we would like to use them from the graveyard, you know? Maybe we pitch them for him effect or for Oliver, and then we can get more value. Then we just summon it's just like a fire flint, but instead of triggering the flint, it just banishing this, and then summon from hand a fire warrior. Flint was a warrior and this is fire, but this treats the monster as a tuner, so that have some cute synergies with Ogier, yeah, or the new card, the next one, if you know, like Turpin, because he's not a tuner, but he could be if he's someone of Richardette. Also Richardette, if he's normally special, we get a fire warrior from the graveyard, like a +1, but it locks into warriors like every time, and we cannot play around it. There's another card that locks if we don't have Charles, and in that case I like that effect better because if we have Charles we don't get warrior lock. I think the lock is fine if you try to make a build where it's you don't care about playing only warriors, like a mid-range with hand wrap, with defensive, with non-engine, trying to just make 2 or 3 interruptions at most. But I always like to wombo combo, so I don't want to be locked into warriors, unless it's at the very end of a defined combo. Okay, next card, Turpin. So he can again have a hand graveyard effect that he can be summoned itself if we control a monster with an equipped card. How can we do this? Ogier by itself does it, you know, Miguel Oliver for example. Then maybe Ohim summon Harry with an equip with Arabesque by itself does it, and then this could be an extender. So this and Ohim could be nice, you know, because Ohim discard Turpin, then Ohim with Arabesque, and then trigger Turpin, because Turpin only requires a monster, not a warrior, a monster with an equipped spell. Then we summon it, we don't care if it gets banished. Then if he's in the graveyard, okay, again like Oliver, like Ogier and Maugis, we can equip it, but remember Maugis protects from battle, Ogier from effects, card effects, and Oliver from targeting, and this doesn't protect, this just become treats the monster as a tuner for a synchro summon, which is nice because it's optional. It can be if you want, If you don't want it, then it's not a tuner. It's not like the other effects like Renault, where if you special summon it, it is a tuner, not optional. Yeah. So this extender is better in my opinion than the level 1. And what else? I think that's it. Now I want us to check the new equip, INFERNOBLE Armas. This feels like more Durendals, because you use it, then you equip another INFERNOBLE arm equip to an appropriate monster, and then pop this. So it's basically a Durendal that doesn't search, so it's good to play around roll. But I don't like the fact that we could have so many Durendals, because we are also getting a level 1 Bradamantes that is not here. It's like a support that got announced a long time ago, and that was also a Durendal searcher. So I don't like this, because it's going to conflict if we open this plus Durendal, you know, because the next best equip could be maybe Joy that recovers from graveyard, but it's not the same. So yeah, this could be like as a one-off. We got an equip, and the second effect is basically like Joy. Joy, you use it, you pop it, and you recover. And this recover if it's sent to the graveyard, so I think that also has merit. But this recovers a Fire Warrior also from the Banish, which Joy doesn't do. That's cool, yeah. Especially when we like Banish to get Phoenix Blade in hand, or this new guy that summons itself from the graveyard and then gets banished, so good recovery. I think that maybe that's the best way to use this if we already have Durendal, so we don't need to play Joy. Yeah, this is because this is basically a Joy, you know. What else? The field, Great Noble Arm Museum. So first effect, the most important effect, every Fire Warrior gets 500 attack. Why am I saying it's the most important? Because it's gonna win you some battle phase interactions where the opponent doesn't read your card. And also it makes you maybe go for game, makes Ogier a 2k body, which is nice in a normal summon. Yeah, anyways, going on. Once per turn we pay 12, like Beyond, and search a noble arm, which could be Durendal again, could be Armas if you want, but maybe just Durendal directly. And then the last effect, if you use the previous effect, you know, pay and search, you can target one INFERNOBLE Knight from the spell trap and zone and special summon it, but you get locked into warriors unless you have Charles. So this could be nice if we have Charles, because then we don't get locked and we keep extending. So this is basically a double extender, because the second effect is getting us a search of a Durendal, or maybe a Armas that is going to be like a Joy, and later on, after we get to Charles, it's going to get us another extender, maybe an Oliver or an Ogier, or the new guy, what was his name? I gotta remember this. Turpin, yeah. So one of these three, or maybe a Synchro, you know, maybe a Roland. So it's going to be a double extender if we set up, if we full combo, you know. That's really good. Now we are going to get into a Synchro. It's a Synchro 5. The last Synchro 5 was really disappointing, the Captain Oliver, but this one, Angelica, is nice. So it's not a tuner, it's generic, and when we summon it, we search a card that lists in its card text INFERNOBLE Knight Emperor Charles or Horn of Oliphant. So that's really restrictive. I think we only have like 2 targets, and that's like the field or the trap, because we don't want to play traps. Just search the field, and then the field searches the Durendal, so it's basically an extender. That's nice. After that, we have another effect. It's basically a wall, because if the opponent want to interact with this card, with battle or card effects, you know, it's going to immediately, how can I say this? It's going to send a fire warrior to the graveyard. I don't know from where. So when this card on the field is targeted for an attack or an effect, you send one fire warrior to the graveyard, maybe from the field zone. Then banish this monster until the end phase, like a redoer, so it's going to come back. And then special summon a Roland from deck or extra deck. Probably the main deck if we want a wall, because then it's going to get follow up. From the extra deck, I think it won't trigger because it won't be synchro summoned. But yeah, I mean, it's Roland in the graveyard already set up for maybe a Charles interruption, which is nice. So yeah, Angelica can get the field, and then the field get us a Durandal, and then, you know, step by step we get extenders. So this is a synchro 5 that gets extenders. Yeah, that's nice. Also, worst case scenario, if we have nothing but this, then we use the field both effects, we lock into warriors, but then we summon like an Oliver, and then this an Oliver maybe makes Charles. But hey, Charles is just one interruption, it's not too big of a deal. Now it's better than that, because of the new card, Link 1. Karl der Grobe, weird name. So it's a Link 1 that in reality is a Synchro 9, because it requires Charles Synchro. If one level 9 INFERNOBLE Knight Emperor Charles equipped with an equip card. So it requires Charles with an equip. Yeah. And why they say level 9? So we don't use this into this into this. Because this card, when we summon it, we target Charles in the graveyard. I don't like that part because maybe they call by and then this doesn't work. But going first, I hope they don't decrow it. And then this card gains the name and the effect of Charles, but it's not going to be a level 9, so you cannot use this into this into this. So you just have this, and this becomes Charles, you know, 3k attack, but then it equips Charles to itself to gain 500. So it's going to be Charles with 500 more immediately. Then the second effect, spell trap negate, like a dragster. You need to send an equip from the hand or face up on the field to the graveyard to negate and destroy the spell or trap. And this is going to be having Charles, so it's going to be a pop and a negate. Back in the old days, Charles used to be a pop and a rip 1 thanks to a smoke grenade. So now it's going to be again one card, 2 interruptions. That feels so amazing. So for me, my favorite card is the Link 1. Sorry, I mean the Synchro 9, yeah. And that's pretty much the new support. Yeah, maybe you could try to play it middle ground and not so wombo combo, but I will try to break it for sure to make an unbreakable board that is going to end on the Link 1 for sure, 100%. So for now, I think that's it. If you wanna check the trap, do it by yourself, because I don't want to consider traps on my INFERNOBLE stuff. I think it's an epic card. You will see why, but just search it if you want. Let me know your thoughts, your comments. So for me, again, we should not have a build, an extra deck, a combo established, because they are variables, but just some food for thoughts. I'm gonna throw ideas up in the air. We play the Synchro, we play the Link, we play one Armas, one Museum. Museum is going to be searchable with the Synchro, and Armas, this one because it's going to be Durandal sometimes, and sometimes it's going to be like Joy with the second effect. The level 1 Richardette, we may not play it. We may play one, probably not. The level 4 Turpin as an extender is nice. Maybe we could play 3 if we play Mikanko, because I think it has a good synergy with him. Again, I like to take advantage of effects on the graveyard, not in the hand. I feel that it's like a -1. You know, like Temple, like Warrior Enchantress, You want to maybe do something with her to have it in graveyard to get value, and then banish on the graveyard. So for me, that's what I think. Yeah, that's it. I like that how at worst case scenario we can use Angelica and to get into charge to get into the link 1, and just the link 1 being 2 interruptions is kind of insane in my opinion. So we just need to wait until we have an official release date on TCG, and then we can start making plans, combo, deck lists, and whatever. Yeah, so I need to sleep right now, but I needed to make this video for you. So hope you have a good rest of your day. And again, I'm really excited for this. I hope you are as well. Be patient. Just be patient until we can finally utilize these cards.